In the Outlander universe created by Diana Gabaldon, one of the most pivotal moments occurs when Claire Randall, a modern-day nurse who is swept back to the 18th century, is forced to marry Jamie Fraser to save her life. But few know that behind this seemingly life-saving decision, there is an elaborate plot orchestrated from the beginning by Dougal Mackenzie, Jamie's uncle, and one of the most ambitious and dangerous figures in Highland. In this fictional story, we will delve into the deep world of post-war politics, power and intrigue, to discover why Dougal, a seasoned warrior and schemer, chose his own nephew to marry Claire. Dougal Mackenzie is more than just a warrior. He is a visionary who knows how to use people as pawns on the chaotic Scottish political chessboard. While many in the Mackenzie clan saw Claire as a Sassenach, a pagan Englishwoman, Dougal soon realized that she was no ordinary woman. She was intelligent, fearless, skilled in medicine, and, most importantly, possessed of knowledge beyond her time. But what really interested Dougal was something else: Claire's mysterious origins. She appeared out of nowhere. No one could explain her strange knowledge or behavior. That meant she was either a threat, or an invaluable asset, Dougal once told Colum, laird of the Mackenzie clan. On the surface, the reason for Jamie and Claire's marriage was simple: to help Claire avoid interrogation and torture by Black Jack Randall, a brutal officer in the British Army. But underneath, Dougal was playing a much more sophisticated game. First, Dougal understood that if Claire were English, but married to a Scot, it would put her in a neutral position, just enough to avoid suspicion of being a spy, and just enough to make use of her medical and diplomatic skills. Second, Jamie Fraser, his nephew, was a major political asset. Dougal never really trusted Jamie, who was of noble blood and had the silent support of many other families. Forcing Jamie to marry a controversial woman like Claire was a way for Dougal to control Jamie. "I am tying him to a choice he cannot refuse, and if things go badly, I still have a reason to disinherit Jamie," Dougal wrote in a letter he never sent. From the moment he met Claire, Dougal was challenged. Unlike other women he had met, Claire did not bow, did not retreat, and was not easily intimidated. It made him both uncomfortable and curious. At first, Dougal intended to keep Claire as a bargaining chip, even a bargaining chip with the English. But when he realized that she had no fear of Black Jack Randall, even scolding the officer to his face, Dougal began to think differently. "She is not just a woman," he told Ned Gowan, the clan's legal advisor. "She is the one who can survive this age, or destroy it." So instead of handing Claire over to the English, Dougal took a more daring approach, legitimizing her presence through marriage. But why Jamie? Dougal knew Jamie was a loyal warrior, but he was also an idealistic soul. He could be a leader, but he was also a threat to those who wanted to keep their power. When Dougal proposed marriage, he knew Jamie would not refuse, not only out of chivalry, but also because of the feelings that were beginning to blossom between him and Claire. Dougal took advantage of that. "Love is weakness. And weakness can make the strongest the easiest to control," he once muttered to Angus. 5. One wedding, many purposes. Jamie and Claire's wedding was more than a religious ceremony. It was a political event. For Dougal, the marriage, make Claire part of the Mackenzie clan. Make Jamie indebted to him and make it harder to back out of his Jacobite plans. Distract those who would exploit Jamie. And most importantly, control them both through traditional law. Even the secret wedding location, the invitation of Ned as a witness, and the preparation of a new wedding dress overnight, all were part of Dougal's calculated plan. Dougal did not foresee one thing: the love between Claire and Jamie would grow deeper. They were more than just a forced marriage. They were allies, lovers, and most of all, a couple willing to fight for each other. As Dougal's plans began to fall apart, he tried to regain control by forcing Jamie to swear absolute loyalty to the Jacobite cause, but Jamie, along with Claire, gradually revealed her intention to rebel if necessary. I thought I could control the fire, but I was only adding fuel to it, Dougal bitterly admitted one drunken night. Dougal's plot to marry Claire to Jamie may have been motivated by power, calculation, and suspicion, but he underestimated two things: the human heart, and the power of fate. Dougal was a formidable warrior, a shrewd politician, but he could not see that the two people he wanted to control were changing the fate of Scotland. Claire doesn't just survive, she becomes an inspiration to Jamie. And Jamie, from being a pawn, becomes a player. In the world of Outlander, where time and history are intertwined, the truth may be obscured, but intrigue always leaves a trace. And that trace, a marriage born of lies, but grown with love.